Okay, so Gamu, can you tell us more about your transition from Gweru campus to MSU?
Okay. So what I can say is we moved from Gary campus. I think we were in level 1, 2, 2, 1. I don't remember specifically, but I was not really that connected to Gary campus because I was there for a short period of time. So it wasn't that hard for me. It wasn't that hard, but of course, it was kind of disturbed by flow of things or flow of life because in my head I was like, oh, I'm going to settle down in Gweru. I had found accommodation and everything, so I had to move to Shishavane. I had to find a new place. I had to adjust to the environment all over again. But overall, I can say it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. Yes.
Okay, Gamu, so what were your expectations when you moved from Gweru to Shishawane?
My expectations, of course, at that stage, at that age, I was focused on the smaller things like Wi-Fi, as the Wi-Fi is strong. As the Wi-Fi is strong. But when I got here, I think my expectations were mostly about accommodation, and the situation in Shawani when it comes to accommodation was very disappointing. I won't lie, I was very disappointed. But I was lucky enough because I had a relative in Shishavani that I stayed with for a period of time. So that was an advantage for me. And then the campus was, for me, it was peaceful. It was quiet because I didn't like the traffic in Gweru. It was too much, way too many people. It's just a lot of traffic. But then Shavani campus is less people, less ins and out. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, Gamu, so can you tell us more about the challenges you have faced during the COVID-19 era?
Okay, so we were known as the COVID-19 babies. It was challenging, and then it was okay. Academically, it was challenging because we had to learn like a whole module in a space of 3 weeks. Due to internet challenges, network challenges, we didn't really have the positive or the good experience of virtual learning. But personally, because as students, it was. I can say now, I think I wish things were done differently because I wanted to get like the full varsity experience. Like I wanted to experience a full semester, the whole thing. But then, no, that didn't happen. But yeah, that was my experience with COVID-19. There were the good and there was the bad, and then there was the okay kind of experience.
So, Gamu, can you tell us more about your attachment experience?
So what I can tell you is, before I had to decide where I'll do my attachment process or my attachment period, I had something different in mind. Like I thought I would go to a newspaper, I thought I would go to a radio station, a TV station. But then, as time went on, I realized like if you put me in front of a camera, I can easily be a presenter. If you put me in front of a mic in a radio station, I can easily do that. So I wanted to acquire skills. I wanted to acquire skills that I didn't have before. So I opted for photography and graphic designing. I did my attachment in Beitbridge. It's a company called Real Fusion Media. That's where I was. And I think I got everything that I wanted, all the skills. The main challenges were, as a woman, people don't take you seriously. So you would have instances where you tell people, "Oh, I'm going to be a photographer today," and then they'll be like, "Ah, are you sure you know how to do it? Or why are you doing a men's job?" But then, those kind of things happen. You have to expect them when you're a woman in any field, any given field. It's a given. People are going to look at you differently because you're a woman. But I was good. I proved to my clients, I proved to my bosses that I could do it. I passed. I'm not going to tell you the grade, but I passed with flying colors. So I can say academically I did well, and from a personal point of view, I also did well. I got the skills that I wanted, and I passed while I was at it. My boss was impressed. My academic supervisor was impressed. Yes. So, as a young lady, of course, there are bound to be some challenges. It's high chances of facing sexual harassment or sexual advances. From my bosses, from the people I worked for and my colleagues, I didn't have any of those problems. But I think I did have challenges when it came to clients. You would have male clients who would ask for late night photo shoots, and they would start making advances, stuff like that, or they would make sexist comments, or so I had to watch everything that I did. I had to watch everything that I wore. I couldn't wear like a skirt to work, because sometimes I'm on the ground, I'm scooting, I'm squatting, so I had to watch all those kind of stuff. And then I think another challenge that I had was money. My bosses didn't pay me that much. As much as I enjoyed doing what I did and I acquired my skills, I needed money, but I didn't really get much. But of course, we hustle. So I had to come up with, I would design graphics for people, I would design posters, brochure, business cards on the side, and then I would charge them, and then I would take the money for myself. And then I would have little private photo shoots for people, and then I would also get to keep a little money on the side. So I was fully compensated. I was not officially paid, but I did make money. So yeah.
So, Gamu, can you now tell us about your post-college plans?
Post-college plans, if everything works out, if all the plans that I have planned out work out. The first plan was starting a graphic designing and photography company. But then equipment is expensive, but yeah, that was on the list. And then I was also working towards becoming a TV presenter. You could be an anchor or just something entertainment, as long as I'm in front of the camera presenting. But then I can also be behind the cameras. I don't mind, because I'm good at that. I did acquire some skills in videography, and if that doesn't work out, I can always become a producer at a radio station, an engineer. I can also do that. If that doesn't work out, um uh, advertising. You can always go into advertising. I can always go into public relations. Yeah, I think I have a number of things planned out, hopefully, if they all work out. The plan is somewhere out of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a great country. We love our Zimbabwe, but Zimbabwe is it's very hard finding a job, especially when you are doing the kind of program that I'm doing. So I was thinking outside Zimbabwe, anywhere in Africa, but outside Zimbabwe. I'm okay with South Africa, I'm okay with Botswana, I'm okay with Tanzania, somewhere close to home, of course.
Okay, Gamu, so what advice would you like to give to incoming media students?
Uh, what I can tell you is, first, when you choose to do this program, don't don't choose to do it as an option or as something that you just wake up one day and just say, I'm going to get into media and cultural studies. I think you have to really be in love with the program. That's the only way you will be able to enjoy it, and the only way you will be able to learn. And the second thing would be skills. You have to make sure you acquire as many skills as possible. uh, you have to make sure you're not just boxing yourself to one thing. Don't just do this program. Don't be part of this program just because, oh, I'm going to be in a newsroom, I'm going to be in a radio station. You have to know as much as possible. You have to know everything that has to do with the media, the new media, the social media, everything, multimedia, everything. You have to know how to do everything, because if you don't, your career is going to be very, very hard. And then the other thing I would say is, don't be demotivated. I've been in situations like that where people are like, which program are you doing? Like media, and then people are like, why aren't you in sciences? Why aren't you in, or why aren't you doing accounting? Why aren't you doing that? It's a good career choice. It's a good path. If you do it right, you'll succeed. You'll be a very successful person and famous too. Those are some of the cons. Cons.
Okay, Gamu, thank you for sharing your experiences with us.
Oh, it's okay. I'm glad I could help. And thank you so much for inviting me. It was also a learning experience for me. I hope you guys do your best, your best. Go into the real world and be great journalists.